The dwarves had come to the edge of the ring where elf fires had been. It seemed that some good magic lingered in such spots which the spiders did not like. There they lay, puffing and panting. But very soon they began to ask questions. Balin in particular insisted on having the Gollum story, riddles and all, told all over again, with the ring in its proper place. The light was failing as other questions were asked. Where were they, and where was their path, and where was there any food, and what were they going to do next? All of a sudden, Dwalin opened an eye and looked round at them. "Where is Thorin?" he asked. It was a terrible shock. There were only 13 of them, 12 dwarves and the Hobbit. Where indeed was Thorin? They wondered what evil fate had befallen him, magic or dark monsters. Well, Thorin had been caught much faster than they had. He fell like a stone enchanted. Wood-elves had captured him. In the wide world, the wood-elves lingered in the twilight of our sun and moon. And in a great cave, some miles within the edge of Mirkwood on its eastern side, there lived at this time their greatest king. Before his huge doors of stone, a river ran out of the heights of the forest. The king's cave was his palace, the strong place of his treasure, and the fortress of his people against their enemies. It was also the dungeon of his prisoners. So to the cave they dragged Thorin, not too gently, for they did not love dwarves and thought he was an enemy. In ancient days they had had wars with some of the dwarves, whom they accused of stealing their treasure. Thorin was angry at their treatment of him, and when they took their spell of him, he was determined that no word of gold or jewels should be dragged out of him. The king looked sternly on Thorin when he was brought before him, and asked him many questions. But Thorin would only say that he was starving. "Very well," said the king. "Take him away and keep him safe until he feels inclined to tell the truth, even if he waits 100 years. There in the king's dungeon poor Thorin lay, and after he had got over his thankfulness for bread and meat and water, he began to wonder what had become of his unfortunate friends.